Know Your Health with me, Patricia. We look at nutrition today, and to discuss this with us is Mr. Paul Wanjohi, a tutor in Mount Kenya University. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
People have a lot of conception about nutrition. You know, it's a new concept in Kenya, and people really quite don't understand what nutrition is all about. Will you please try and tell us what is nutrition?
Okay. Now, basically, nutrition is a health science that is related or looks basically at food and the constituents that make up food, the nutrients, and how that the various nutrients interact with each other and how they contribute towards health and a person's well-being. Yeah.
So, am I right to say that nutrition is the science of nourishing someone's body?
Precisely.
So many people have that misconception that nutrition is cooking. Is that true?
Now, basically, the issue of nutrition has been misunderstood for quite a while. Because of that aspect of considering nutrition as basically the science of food, people just think of food as the preparation of food, the cooking. Nutrition is not restricted to that, though it is part of that, or that is part of nutrition. It is not restricted to that. So nutrition is much wider than that. So it looks at that particular food and how that food actually contributes towards health. So the aspect of health is the one that distinguishes the scientific or the professional understanding of nutrition, different from the layman understanding.
Yeah. In Kenyan population, has nutrition really been taken the way it should be taken?
Well, for quite a while, it has not been taken as it should be. But there are some changes that are coming in with maybe the introduction of different legislatures and maybe the requirement for registration of or streamlining of the profession.
Yeah.
Now that at least is trying to help the understanding of the situation or the understanding of the nutrition as a practice and also the actual practicing of the nutrition. Yeah.
Okay, so you talked of changes. What are these changes that have made it that has now come into place and people are now starting to understand, or rather they are aimed towards making the public understand nutrition?
Now, the main issue that maybe brings out the wrong information concerning any aspect is, first of all, if there is no control of the information that is going out to the public.
Sure.
So if once that has been rectified, maybe like what I've just said concerning the legislature, once that has been rectified, then at least the profession or the understanding takes a better perspective. Yeah.
So you're saying once the information is controlled, you see, that means we must have trained professionals.
Yeah.
Like the public must also be willing, to come out from where they are and meet the nutritionists or the dietitian for them to really understand what nutrition is all about, you see. So when you talk about control, are there mechanisms into place right now, that are controlling that information that is flowing into the public?
Yes, there is. Currently, there has been a bill that has recently been passed, the nutrition bill, the nutrition and dietitians bill, and that is trying to regulate or actually control the entrance of professionals or the practice, actually the nutrition practice. So making sure that whoever practices as a nutritionist is actually qualified as a nutritionist, and whatever anyone that does anything related to nutrition is actually recognized and trained as a
nutritionist, as a professional.
Yeah. On the issue concerning the information, still there is a requirement. Maybe the government is doing that maybe at the moment, trying to create awareness of what nutrition is about, the importance of good nutrition, and by that definitely that tends to help the public, the general public, to understand that there are professionals that are qualified in that particular line. And I think that is the information that I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. We take a break. We'll be right back. Welcome back. This is Know Your Health with me, Patricia. We are looking at what is nutrition, and to discuss this with us is Paul Wanjohi, a tutor in Mount Kenya University. So, we were talking of nutrition is a science. Therefore, it being a science, what is the role of nutrition?
Now, nutrition basically has three different roles, or three wider roles. Nutrition has a role in, it has a curative role, it has a preventive role, and a management role. So when it comes to the issue of eating food in order to maintain a healthy lifestyle, now that is what I'm referring to as the maintenance role. Yeah? So when it comes to the management of diseases, that is now the aspect of nutrition concerning when you look at nutrition from a curative perspective. Now, nutrition can also be used to prevent the onset of diseases, or actually the progression of diseases in case of a disease state. Now, basically, human beings or animals in general, or living things generally, are major biological or maybe the predominant biological things. The most predominant of those, the main issue is growth and development. So when you take food, in realization that human beings or any living thing that you can think of, it is made up of chemical compounds. Now, when you take in food, it is just to enhance that balancing of the chemical compounds. Now, those other things that may not exactly be termed as directly growth and development, those operations that take part in the body, but which cannot exactly be said to be growth and development, are actually in support of the growth and development. So they generally facilitate the growth and development.
So they sustain life.
Yeah, sustenance of life.
That is the preventive or the treatment, or what part of that nutrition is that?
It may fall under any. Yeah.
Because initially, nutrition is all about nourishing a body. Someone's body. So when we talk about curative nutrition, we are talking of therapy. What are we talking about?
Now, when we talk about disease state, any disruption of the normal body's operation, or the normal body's equilibrium, that is what comes out as a disease. Okay. So when you want to reverse that, you have to put in, for example, if you're talking about nutrients, if there is shortage of nutrients in some way,
that is a deficiency.
That deficiency is the one that comes out as a disease. Okay. Now, when you talk about other diseases that may be brought about by microorganisms, or maybe bacteria or the like, what they do is that they disrupt such biochemical pathways, which in normal situations continue undisrupted. Now, these are just pathways to do with the metabolism of these nutrients. So the reason why a disease comes about is because there has been insufficiency or disruption of the normal metabolism.
Okay. So therefore, nutrition comes in either to reverse or to manage. Are there situations where a certain nutrient, can reverse a disease? Is there such?
What I'd like to us to understand is that when you talk of a nutrient, we're just basically talking about a chemical compound. Now, when you talk of medication or the drugs that we know, you will be amazed to know that many of those drugs are actually gotten from food.
Exactly.
Okay. If they're not gotten from food, they are made of maybe compounds that mimic the nutrients. Yeah?
Yes.
So when it comes to management of such diseases, or any diseases I can think of,
yes,
then the introduction of this food, either as the normal food as we know it, or as supplements, will go a long way towards management.
Towards management, and sometimes towards reversing the situation. So you said that nutrients, that's something probably that we had not looked at. You said nutrients are chemical compounds.
Yeah.
Expound on that.
Now, any nutrient that you can think of has a chemical makeup. Okay, so that is exactly what nutrients are. Okay, so though the layman understanding of a chemical is anything that may bring about maybe a disease, yeah,
yes,
or disrupt,
yes, or pollution.
Yeah, pollution. Yeah.
Yes,
but you can look at chemicals from a very big perspective.
yes.
Now, basically, everything that is around us is basically chemicals.
Yes, including ourselves.
Including ourselves. Actually, we're just a mass of working chemicals.
Yes. Okay. So, having expounded on the chemical part of it, and having come out clearly on the role of nutrition, the government has really tried. That is step number one, because right now in every district hospital there are at least 2 nutritionists. That is the truth, you see. However, are there enough? You know, is that enough to do the management part of it, to do the curative part of it? You know, all that, the 3 components that you talked about nutrition.
Now, the general situation is that there are many nutritionists.
Many,
yeah,
many
nutritionists.
Yes.
So there are so many people who are going around just because they attended maybe a seminar on nutrition, or they read a book on nutrition. They go about giving nutritional advice.
Yes.
But when it comes to now the qualified nutritionists,
yes,
there aren't enough in our government institutions, or generally in the public, or
just say it. In the government institution, in the hospitals.
Yeah, maybe in close proximity to the public. But at least the government is trying, and also their training facilities or training institutions are still trying to increase that particular manpower.
What are the problems that we could face if we are not already facing them right now about the professional nutritionists in this country?
Now, the main problem is misconception. Now, anything to do with one's health cannot be juggled with. Okay.
You're right.
So when you get the wrong information concerning food, then that is translated into practice. So there will be wrong practice.
Sure.
So if there is wrong practice in terms of what you're supposed to eat, then it means that also reflects or translates to poor health as a result of that
misconception.
Because it is going from someone who does not have the scientific understanding of whatever they are
talking about. Okay. All just hold on to that thought. Let's take some questions from the audience.
Okay, thank you. My name is Ken. You mentioned an interesting aspect here about those people who are masquerading to be nutritionists. I was wondering, what step is the government taking in conjunction with the nutrition board to curb such an incident? Like we have the people who are selling the food supplements, they're going all over, you go to the buses, they are there, and they're misleading the public. What steps is the government taking in conjunction with the nutrition board?
Now, that's a good question.
Yes.
Now, with connection to that,
yes,
the bill that has been passed, though it is still being developed, yeah, for the specifics.
To put it into action.
Yeah, to put it into action.
Yes.
Now, there are some clauses that actually stipulate that no person who is not qualified as a nutritionist and registered as a nutritionist should practice or sell anything that is that can be termed as nutrition
related.
Yeah, or nutrition related.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's something that it's being done right now.
Yeah, there's something that is being done
to cater for that.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So,
However,
so the specifics of the bill,
yes.
those are some of the things that will be addressed. So for you to carry out such practices, you have to be trained as a nutritionist and registered by the board. Now, I think later on you'll see maybe some, I don't know whether they come up with moral police, but definitely there will be some people who will be going around.
Yes, to check on
checking,
that.
Yeah, on the qualification of whoever is carrying out that.
Yes,
like it happens. Like it happens in the case of drugs and poisons board. The way they go around maybe chemists and health facilities.
Yes.
Looking at the registration and qualification of the various practitioners.
Yes, and I think already if that is into place, I think I've had nutritionists are now registering.
Yeah.
And that's really good.
Yeah, because actually what is happening is that it is lives of Kenyans that is at stake.
Exactly.
So if that is not done,
yes.
if it is not solved, then we will see very many cases of maybe illnesses and diseases
that has come
yeah,
because of that, you know, and it's because of that malpractice. Yeah. So we take another question.
Okay, my name is Mercy, and my question is, herbalists, nutritionists, because we see them advertising their products on televisions and newspapers, and here they are telling us, if you take these supplements, your skin will be nicer. If you take these supplements, you will not have, the tummy will be gone.
Yes.
So if I take those supplements, are they going to be harmful to my body, or are they going to help me?
Very good question. Very good question right there.
Now, let me first of all comment that herbal medicine are not necessarily bad, or alternative medicine is not necessarily bad, because we have maybe some countries,
researchers,
and even some countries that rely entirely on such